Merry Christmas. Happy holidays.
Whatever you celebrate, it's
Yeah.
merry, merry, happy, happy, happy
Merry,
holidays.
merry and happy everything. Thank you guys for joining us. We're here for another Thursday morning live stream. Drop as we always do, drop in the comments box a hi, hello, a little tidbit to share for today. We're ready. We're basically gearing up for the new year, even though we're not officially starting yet. But we've got some ideas and tips to share with you guys.
And we have a great planning session just for you so that you can start this new cycle with a big bang.
Yeah, get ready. Are you guys ready for Cabo? We're planning to go to Cabo, New Mexico this year. That's going to be our trip. So I encourage you guys start tracking for that. I know for myself when I first joined Avon and they explained to me President's Club, and that was before you had a trip. You can before everybody could earn a trip. At that time, only the top, I don't know, top people in different
Yes.
categories could go, but now everyone could go. So I want to encourage you guys, make a plan to go first and foremost, and believe that you can, because I know for myself, for a long time I was like, oh, I'll never be one of those President's Club people, I'll never be able to sell $10,000. But when I made the shift to say, okay, you know what, maybe I can, let me break this down and work on, how I can get there step by step, then it became doable. So we want to share with you guys some ideas for how you can make the elephant into, break the elephant down into small little bite-sized chunks so that you guys can make it too, and some of the benefits of being in President's Club for yourself and your family and your business.
Yes, and I am looking back at those times when the trips were so unreachable, especially for a new representative or someone who was not a top seller. Even though we imagined going one day, we were like, okay, what does it take to do? But now it's so attainable. I
Yeah.
love that you just brought that back because I know for a lot of you who have been with the company for many years, you remember those moments when you
Yeah.
said, forget about it, I'm not going to travel ever. But now you can.
Yeah. And it's unfortunate because a lot of people still believe that. When I'm out in the field and I'm talking to people, like, oh, you could earn trips, they're like, oh, no, you have to be like the top 1% or the top 2%. And I'm like, no, I've been to these places. I have new representatives who have earned these trips. You can do this. You can go in your first year. It doesn't matter how long you've been. You don't have to be like the top 1%. What I love about this is that you get incentives. Avon sets a goal. If you sell this amount, then you can earn your trip and you can go. So I want you guys to start believing in yourself. If there's one thing that you set for yourself in this upcoming year, it's to remove the boundaries and believe that you can do these things for yourself and your business, and that you can join us, you can participate and be active and get to do all these things. And at the very least, as a President's Club member, I always say, you guys have heard me say this multiple times, you're giving yourself a raise. You're doubling your income. You're going from 20% as a regular representative to 40% earnings on beauty products. So leverage that. Who doesn't want to give himself a raise?
Nice. And stay there.
Yeah. Once you get there, you never want to go back. Like I always say, at that moment when I achieved President's Club and I realized, first of all, I don't have to be, you guys know I hate math, but I no longer have to be, okay, how close am I to the next level? Have I made it? Have I made my earnings for the campaign? Am I going to get my commission, for this campaign? It doesn't matter what size your order is. You're going to get your same commission. It's flat, it's easy.
40%. Sell 500, you earn 200.
Yep,
Just
easy
that
peasy.
easy.
Set your goals, guys. And I always like to break it down. Maybe your goal isn't President's Club, which is 10,000. Actually, let me see if I can pull up the chart while we're talking. But whatever your goal is, break it down. Divide it by the number of campaigns that we have in the year, and then you can see for yourself how much you need to sell each campaign so that you can get there. And you're not waiting till, like, now we're in campaign 2, closing out 2021. You're not like scrambling in the last minute. But if you're close for 2021, there's still time. You can still make it for 2021. Maybe you want to get that last push in to get your orders in and make the title for next year so that you can experience it. But you've got to stay on top of your numbers.
It's a whole year of benefits at 40%. And being in President's Club, there's gifts that you get, not, and you earn for your for achieving this level, or maybe you just need a little bit more to get to the next level. And just look at what you have right now so far, and don't give up. Work at it all the way to the end, because campaign two counts for this cycle and also for the next cycle. Campaign two, oh, campaign three. I thought it was from campaign two to campaign two, C2 to C2.
No, for last year. For this year, it is. This year we have until January 4th of
Okay.
2022. So it sounds like it's next year, but in the Avon cycle, it's 2021. But it's going to be campaign. This current year that we're in continues through campaign two, and then it'll start again from campaign three to campaign
Okay.
21 of next year.
Campaign from campaign three to campaign 21 of
21.
next year.
Yeah.
Wow, and good things that
Yes.
you clarify. And Lisa, hello Lisa, Nita, welcome. Beth, Nita has a birthday today, so happy birthday, Nita.
Happy
um,
birthday.
Lisa said, I believe I earned my first trip this year. I leveled up to Honor Society. Wow, for the first time. Great job to Rose Circle in 2022. Yes, so
See,
Nita, you're not stopping. Oh,
Lisa has
that
her
inspires
goals, and I'm going to put the chart on the screen so you guys can see the sales levels and the commissions. Lisa is setting her goal to level up to Rose Circle so that she can earn her trip to Cancun. But I love that she has her, you can tell Lisa is business minded. She's got her goals in mind. She's tracking for her trip, and she's celebrating her goals that she's achieved this year. I love that. And that's,
Yes.
we want you guys to not just set your goals to say, oh, well, Georgiana Milagro said to set a goal, so I'm going to pick, President's Club, or I'm going to pick Honor Society. Really, like, look at it, track, ask yourself, what do I have time to do? What level do I have time to work at? What kind of time and energy am I serious about investing in my business? And then work backwards from there. I feel like a lot of times we have these meetings and people are like, yeah, we all want to get to President's Club, whatever, that's what they want us to say. But no, it's it's not about what we want you to say. It's what you want for yourself and your family. I know for myself, when I saw the earnings that I was making, that when I first hit President's Club, and now, slowly working and increasing my sales, just like Lisa in the chat, I really felt like I my mindset about my business changed, because now each campaign I had a goal that I was working towards. So, like, as the year went on, I was able to, say, okay, I need to work and get more customers. I hit my goal this campaign, so now I'm going to start working on next campaign. But like my focus became like laser targeted. And when I started to hit that President's Club and then Honor Society and Rose Circle year after year, it really felt like I was hitting my stride with my business. And you think about it differently. Lisa, let me know in the chat, as a Honor Society member for the first time, how do you feel? Yeah.
That's exciting. That's a promotion. That's being able to promote yourself.
She gave herself a raise.
I love it. So tell us, what are your plans for the next year? I'm going to tell you a few things that I do that I love to do, and they're stress free. Just I like to increase my customer orders by just getting more products in my campaign and setting a goal, selling those products additionally to my regular orders. So having an inventory every campaign that I can just push and just increase my earnings and increase my order size. Little by little, you'll see that once you get to halfway, then you're gonna get more excited and motivated, and you're gonna just go for it. And maybe not just get to President's Club. Maybe you'll get, like Georgiana says, Honor Society and Rose Circle, like she is right now. Um, and you could go all the way up to inner circle, which is what, 50%?
Let's see. Yep, 50% commission. And we were talking earlier about how this past weekend Avon gave us a 10% bonus. So think about it. If you're a President's Club member, you're getting 50% off of your products, 50% commission. If you were Inner Circle, you were gonna get 60% off of your commission. I know I've had my eye and my mind set on Inner Circle. That's where I want to be.
We all want to go to the top. So yeah,
Yeah.
don't shortchange yourself. Just think big,
Yeah.
aim high, and you'll never know. Look, Lisa said that she was surprised. It's like, what? I did it. And that sense of satisfaction is just so hard to describe.
Yeah.
So
It feels good.
congratulations, Lisa.
Yeah, we want to encourage you guys. You know, Avon has a lot of, and I'll show you where I am on the website so you guys can see this stuff yourself. But when you go, can you see? Yes, manage business. Under Seller Central, you have this President's Recognition tab. But there's another tab beneath it, which is rewards and recognition. And be sure to check that out too, because there's a lot of additional stuff that Avon gives exclusively to President's Club members. So if you guys are here on Facebook and you're seeing people post their awards and their trophies, they're posting like gifts that they've gotten for their birthday and their anniversary, that's all a part of the President's Recognition Program. So if you're a part of that program, you're going to be eligible for all of that stuff. So, you know, let that FOMO kick in. If you want to be one of those people who are sharing stuff on your Facebook page and, you know, even showing your family. I know for myself, my family didn't take my business seriously for a long time. But then when stuff started to come in, this guy was like, I think the big one where my family was like, oh, okay, I see you, Georgie. You know, when your family and your friends start to see stuff happening, like they may not really understand what's happening in the background of your business. They never will. Uh, but when they see the fruit of your labor, so for those of you, I know many of you, you know, I want to let my family know how serious I am about my business. My husband doesn't take my business seriously. My kids don't take my business seriously, et cetera, et cetera. Ask yourself, are you taking your business seriously?
Wow. Or what are you doing so that everyone can take your business
Yeah.
seriously?
Are you really attacking your business with
Yeah,
consistency?
I
And
love that.
if you are, you know, what do we say? From campaign 3 to campaign 21, watch me because I'm about to do mental math, is what, 18 campaigns? Somebody check my math because you guys know the drill. Check my math. But 18 campaigns, $10,000 divided over 18 campaigns. Even though campaign 1 bundles did count for the year, I'm just going to, you know, let's say, assume you didn't do a bundle. But 18 campaigns to reach President's Club, you're selling an average of $555.55, 56 cents
Mhm.
per year per campaign. If your average customer order is, let's say $25, that was the number we used to use. Some of you in the chat remember this number.
Mhm.
Then you're averaging 22 customers, 22.2. So call it 20, 23 customers per campaign. I hope you guys are writing these numbers down because 22 customers per campaign is 11 customers per week. Can you do
Yeah.
that? If you're not doing that now, what do you need to change to do that? Do you need to order more brochures? Do
Mhm.
you need to start promoting your website more? Do you need to start reaching out to your existing customers for referrals? Like if you if you don't have the customer base, you know, look at your address book, look in your phone. If you keep your customers in a contact list, or look in your notebook, however you keep your customers, do you have 22 customers on that list? If not, you need to grow your customer list. If you have 22, those 22 aren't going to order every single campaign. You need to grow that customer list. So, you know, having those, for me at least, having those actual numbers to look at and break down and work backwards, it gives me a better picture of where my business needs to be. I know if I always plan for inner circle and I have my goal on my wall, you know, how many customers I need to sell to reach inner circle on average with my customer order size. And I know my customer base isn't there yet. So I know I need to keep building my business. But a lot of people, you know, they've got 10 customers, three are
Mhm.
family members. to our coworkers, and the same 10 customer base is what they're running their entire business on. And you may not be seeing the sales, you may not be seeing the earnings that you want as a business, but you have to look at what you have and say, and examine and evaluate and determine what you need to do to grow it.
Yes, I love what you said. There's a difference with the amount of customers in your address book and what the actual how many customers are actually ordering um, from you each campaign.
Yep.
And just that last push of saying, oh, another thing that I like to do also, Georgiana, I like when, like, if I have a goal of selling to 20 customers or 30 customers for that campaign,
Hmm.
and then I don't meet my customers order, like maybe I sold to 15,
Hmm.
less than what I thought. So, I set a goal of ordering more products, and then once my order gets there, just reach out to new customers, new people that I encounter, and try to sell that inventory to be able to meet my earnings for that campaign.
Like for on-hand sales.
Yes, I
See,
love on hand sales.
I'm a little different. If I set my goal for 20, and let's say, like you said, I sell to 15, I add that 5 into next campaign. So next campaign, I
Wow,
have to sell 20. My goal for myself is to sell to 25 customers.
I
So you
like
guys are
that.
hearing
I
different
like that
options,
too.
but
Yes,
what you're hearing is we're not compromising on our goal. When we
yes.
set that goal, we're determined to get there, whether it's getting new customers by on hand products, rolling it over into the next campaign. And I'm not going to lie, you have to be careful when you roll it over, because if you're consistently not hitting your goal, you might reach a campaign where, I was for this year for Hawaii, there was a campaign where I was like, I need to hit what? $6,000? Okay, I don't think that's gonna happen. But I still pushed to get as far as I could with it. Reality, you do have to have that sense of reality. And I was not ordering $6,000 worth of products to sell.
Yeah. But the fact that you tried the whole
Right.
cycle, you worked and you had the goal,
Yeah.
and all of a sudden you say, okay, I'm too far away. I'm gonna work until the end,
Yes.
but at the end, I'm gonna have the satisfaction that I went for it, that
Yes.
I did
Yeah.
not doubt myself. I said, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna work it. I'm gonna
Yeah.
set my goal, and even if you didn't get to it, I mean, it just gives me a sense of yes, I did it. I didn't make it, but I went for it.
Yeah. You have to, when you set goals, I always say, Jessica Zumbush used to say, give yourself grace. And, that was something I struggle with, because I was that person like, oh, no, you didn't do it. You missed your goal. You suck. Like, but
Oh,
I learned to celebrate the wins. Maybe you know, I, I never start anything with failure in mind. These past few weeks with the website change, I've heard a lot of reps saying, well, this is going to fail. This is going to fail when it fails. And I'm like, you really have to watch how you speak over your own business,
yeah,
because if you're beginning with failure in mind, guess what? You're going to fail. But you never, anytime I start a year, I look at our little chart, and I set my goal. I always say, okay, I always try to go to the next level. So my goal is always to, right now that I'm Rose Circle, my next goal is to reach David McConnell. Sometimes I stay at Rose Circle, sometimes I'm really close, but my goal is to stay where I am or move forward. So I work moving forward. And I used to have a coach in the past who would say, reach for the moon, fall among the stars. Those of you who were with Avon for a long time used to hear that. If you reach for the next level and that's what you're working towards, maybe even if you miss your next level, you'll at least hit the level below. So we always say for the trips, if you're planning for Cancun, let me bring up, I don't know if the numbers for Cancun are up yet, but let me check the incentive tracker. If you're planning for Cancun, you never plan for a trip for one, you plan for a trip for two. No, it's not up yet. So same thing in
campaign
your,
three. I'm assuming that they're if this the cycle
I think,
again is from campaign three to campaign
21.
21.
Yes.
Yes, there was um, little bit of confusion on my part.
There you go.
So is just write it down because I know in the past we used to have all 26 campaigns to
Right.
achieve it. And now it's 18 campaigns,
Yeah.
right?
They've been trying to scooch it up, but with COVID this year, they ended up pushing it back to give us to give us grace. So sometimes things happen in life, but you don't want to make that as an excuse. You want to keep, as whatever you do, you want to work it in a way that you're working to move forward. So let's hear in the chat, what are your goals? I think Lisa shared. Lisa shared she's not ruling out inner society, inner circle. Me neither. We're all gonna
Very
plan and
good.
hope and pray for that. But what are some of the goals that you guys have? Yes, Beth. Campaign 3 to 21 for the Cancun trip as well.
Yeah.
Um, what are some of your goals that you guys have for the year? Don't wait for the year to start to set your goal, and certainly don't wait for the middle of the year to set your goal or the last campaign, because then you're going to be discouraged. But if you give yourself some time ahead and say, okay, let's break it down. This is my goal. I have 18 campaigns. My goal is 555 50. Just call it $56 because that 55 cents is going to throw us off. $556 per campaign. If you're, and look at your numbers. I know for me, my average customer order is about $40. Maybe your average order is 25. Maybe you have some ballers, some shot callers. Maybe your average customer order is $200. Work it out according to your sales. And if you guys need help with that, we can always do a stream or video to explain how we determine those numbers and how we break it down. But if you're starting from scratch, use like $25-$30 on average, if you don't have like a history to look back at. But see how many customers you need and set a goal. How can you reach out to those people? Can you reach 22 customers with one brochure?
Yes.
Some people do it. I've never been able to.
Yes.
But
Yeah.
you're going to change how you look at your business.
Yes. And invest in it. Brochures, it's like your storefront. And anywhere
Yeah.
you go, you have one with you, or your website, your business card, have
Yeah.
your tools,
The
have
digital
everything
brochure.
that you need. And yes, if you have, look, I have, look,
I'm like, yes, yes.
thank you. If you have a place to write down your goals, write down on the top, President's
Yeah.
Club. And then once you get to President's Club, and then by the campaign 3 to campaign 21, and the trip to Cancun. Once you get there, then,
Yeah.
set yourself a new goal.
Next one.
Yes, the
Yeah.
next one. But don't wait until the end to realize that you have wasted the entire cycle and not work productively on your goals, and you want to hurry up and, buy everything and just put in an inventory. Don't do that. It's so stressful when you have an inventory that you cannot sell.
Yeah. Yeah.
Don't
The
do
goal
it.
is not to be stressed or to stock stuff. Because again, you want to provide that better quality product to your customers, and it's better when it comes fresh out of the warehouse. But when you look at it, guys, for those of you, I don't see anybody planning. So I guess nobody wants to move their business to the next level who's here live in the chat. And I know that's not true. But look at the benefits too. Why do you want to get to President's Club? For me, it was the pay raise. It was the doubling my earnings. And I emphasize that. You're doubling your paycheck. For those of you with day jobs, I know for me, I was like, if I need first of all, they're never going to double my pay. They're going to slowly increase my pay. So maybe they do a percentage, maybe they do a couple, a dollar here or there, but it's going to be a dollar increase for at least a year. And then next year I need to negotiate for another dollar increase per hour. It was, whatever it was. Think about your day jobs. How hard is it to get a raise?
Yeah.
So this is your business. You're in charge of giving yourself a raise. Do you think you deserve a raise?
Hmm.
Are you worth the raise? Is
Yes.
your time and your energy, because it's the same time and energy, you're servicing the same customers, you're just servicing a larger number of them, but for every, like, dollar for dollar, a $25, I, let's just do math. I can do a $100 order from a customer at President's Club is $20 in your pocket. Oh, same $100 order from a customer when you're at President's Club is $40 in your pocket. Same $100 order, different
Yeah.
commission. So for me, that was the thing that made me realize I wanted. Some
Wow.
people I know, you want recognition. Do you want free
Yeah.
gifts? So leave in the chat box. What are some of the things you want? Millie, for you, what was the thing that made you say, okay, I want that?
I don't know. I saw it as a stepping stone. I saw it as a way of doing more than what the average representative does. And who wants to be average? I know that I don't like to be average. And this is a level that we're in sales that you are not going to be average. You're going to be able to excel and, like Georgiana says, promote yourself to a new
Yeah.
level. And the earnings are great. I mean, it's great to just place a $500 order and put $200 in your pocket. That's $400 a month. How much a year? Over $4,000 a year.
What is that times two? The 12 months in a year, $4,800.
Oh, what? There you go to the
Real
T.
money, guys. Sometimes you
Yes.
have to see that money, honey.
Yes. What would you do with that money? You know, that could be investment money. That could be down payment for a house or a rental property.
Yeah.
Or, I mean, just start thinking about ways you can use some of those earnings to move forward and just do something different. That's how I look at it.
Yeah, good point. I call what you said earlier about wanting to do above and beyond. I call that bragging rights, and that's okay. Some of us want the bragging rights. I know for myself. Sometimes I was talking to a rep the other day, and she was saying, "Well, there isn't really a big difference in earnings between Rose Circle and McConnell Club. Why am I pushing for McConnell Club? The earnings are the same." And I was like, "Because I want to be McConnell Club. Bragging rights."
Yeah.
Plus, if I'm selling 65,000, I'm making more money than just selling 35,000.
You imagine just by getting to Macano Club, you earn more than anyone who works an average job.
Let's do that math. 65,000. I know we're going long, guys, but 65,000 at 45% earnings times 0.45, $29,250. I'm on a teacher salary. Yes.
Yes.
That's where I need to
So
be in life,
I love it.
at least,
See,
right?
you're probably looking at it different now.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely.
But
I looked at the specific numbers, but I didn't look at it, I didn't think of it as a salary.
as is an I mean, you're doing it for yourself. You're working from home.
In your own
You're
time,
Yes, maybe you don't have to wake up at the same time. You like to wake up earlier or later. Guess what? You
work
could.
overnight. Millie and I, when we were talking earlier before the stream, she asked me what I'm planning to do. And for those of you who know, I've been doing Avon full time for a while, and I get up just like I'm going to work. I exercise, I make my breakfast, and I work my business, whether it's phone calls or for me, it's a lot of blogging and social media stuff, editing video, more so than making deliveries. But I said, I think I'm going to take tomorrow and Christmas off. And thinking about it, I've worked Christmas Eve always whenever I was working. We would have a
Yeah,
half day, but I would work Christmas Eve.
yes.
This year I've been able to help my family decorate and do construction stuff, and it's been nice.
It's a good
So, what are
satisfaction
some
to
of the
do that.
things you guys want to do?
I love your hair long.
Thank you. It's doing strange things as usual. Lisa says she wants to have the long lanyard with her accomplishments at Avon events. Get that lanyard, girl. Yes. Get all
I,
your pins.
I don't know about you, but I'd rather do an Avon event than be somewhere for 8 hours and or maybe do both. Maybe you do need your job. There's nothing wrong with having a job, but if you don't like your job, then maybe it's time to make a decision and just plan a little more to get to
The
the
living.
level that you want in
Yeah.
earnings.
And I did both for years. We don't knock the guys who are working. I know we talk a lot, and I remember when I was working, I loved my career. I loved architecture, I sometimes I would hear people like, oh, when you quit your job, and I was like, I didn't want to quit my job at that time.
Yes.
Things change, but
Things change.
things change. But if
Mm-hmm.
you're in a job that you love, great. But maybe Avon, for me, Avon was my gadgets. That's what I used to buy my cameras and my equipment and my gear. My Avon money was what I would set aside for,
Technology.
yeah, or for holidays with the girls. Spending money, going out to dinner, and all of that. So you really, really, guys. I want you to start the year. We have one more year in the month,
Mm-hmm.
one more week in the year. My brain is already on vacation.
Oh,
We,
exciting.
we got one more week. Spend that week really thinking about what's important to you and what you want to accomplish, the things that you want to see in your life. Maybe you're not seeing it right now, or maybe you're seeing it and you want to see more of it. I know being at home, working from home during quarantine and COVID, a lot of people are realizing how much they enjoyed being at home with their families. Maybe you really miss traveling and you want to be able to do that again. Here's a free trip from Avon, Cancun. Yes, Nita, 2022 mindset. What is your mindset? What are you focusing on? What are things you want to accomplish? And what's important to you? Really think about what those things are. Don't let life just happen to you and then all of a sudden 2022 is over. Be intentional about what you want to see in your life.
Yes. And we want to leave you with this last. I heard this from Earl Nightingale. He's my number one um, personal development. I probably know a lot of his lessons by heart. Before he says it, okay, he's gonna see that. But anyways, Earl says that the problem is not achieving people not achieving their goals. That's not the problem. The problem is knowing what your goals are. So
Ah,
if you know what your goals are, there is not a problem with achieving your goals because you already know what you want.
it's
You're
like,
already, yes,
yeah,
you're already going to open that motivation and going for it and getting to your goal is just
yeah.
going to become that much easier.
Yeah, they say where there's a will, there's a way. If you believe it, and I know for in my business, in this business, talking to a lot of people, I know for myself, a lot of times it's like when I decided I was gonna get that, I did, and a lot of people are just haven't decided they want it. They want it badly
Yes.
enough.
So think about
Great
it. Think
tip.
about everything we talked about today. We want to wish you a Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays to all of you. We're so excited about 2022 and the new cycle. Thank you. Thank you for
Yes.
all your input, everyone who posted in the chat.
Thank you
I know
guys.
we missed a few. Xiomara,
Well,
hello. Nita, Natria.
we see you
And
guys.
anybody else? Candace, thank you all for joining us. Susan, thank you. And we will see you next week for
Yes.
another planning day.
Yeah, we're gonna change it up in 2022. We'll be here once a month starting in 2022. Same time, same place, but for just one time a month. But we're gonna be doing other things,
Yeah.
so we'll still be here for questions. Rolner, we see you. Thank you guys. Happy holidays. Merry Christmas.
Love
Bye,
you all.
everyone.
Bye.